Hello, welcome to Dual Credit World History A, Unit 3. And this unit we're talking about the Renaissance and Reformation. This is one of my favorite things, and I know I say that every single unit, and it really is one of my favorite things, okay? Because it brings so much light into the world as we know it, okay? So, first of all, we have the Southern Renaissance, that's lesson 11, and we talk about kind of Europe awakened. Okay, now you remember, because you just did your project about the Crusades, that the Crusades brought kind of an awakening to Europe, and they realized that there was life outside of the little town that they had lived in their entire lives, and that was super exciting to them to find that out. And they found out that they could explore. There was the idea of humanism, which is that the human body is interesting, and interesting to look at and interesting to study, and things like that. Okay, so then we have the Northern Renaissance, and that was kind of, we had Gothic things that had been versus the Renaissance things that were now. Okay, and it was thought that the Gothic things needed to be there in order to hold everything up, but then they found out that things could be more beautiful if they were done in this way as well. Um, and you'll learn about out of Italy, and that's some pretty exciting stuff. And there were a lot of new inventions that came out of Italy at this time. Okay, um, lesson 13 talks about the Protestant Reformation, and it goes through what happened. Martin Luther, who was, in fact, a Lutheran, decided that there were several things. Well, because he could now read, I'm kind of skipping around here. Because he could now read the Bible, he decided that there were several things that the church did that he did not agree with. And so he nailed 65 theses to the wall of the Catholic Church to say, hey, I don't think these are right. I think that these should be redone. That kind of a thing, okay? And he didn't mean to, but he started the Reformation, and he started the Protestant Reformation, and from that came a lot of other reformations as well. And then there was also a Reformation started by King Henry the Eighth. You guys know the song "I Am Henry the Eighth, I Am," and I won't bug you with my singing. Um, but he wanted to get divorced because he wanted to have an heir to his throne, which it turns out that is determined by him, but that wasn't known at the time. Anyway, and so he revolted against the Catholic Church and started the Anglican Church so that he could get a divorce against some of his wives, right? So, this all happened because of the printing press. This is lesson 15, and it talks about the printing press that was invented by Johann Gutenberg. And I remember, in the year 2000, there was an article in Time magazine that talked about the most important inventions that had happened in the history of ever. And number one was the printing press. And the reason was, before the printing press, a lot of people were illiterate. Okay? And the printing press made people able to read. It made books available, such as the Bible. And then we had people like William Tyndale, who translated the Bible from Latin to English. Okay, that was a big deal too. And So having the Bible in English available just for the common man to read was a really, really big deal at this time, and really helped a lot of these things to happen. And a lot of this was started with the Crusades. You can see how that all came to be. So anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will talk to you later. Thanks so much.